have you actually thought about what happens to the royalties for your books after you've died? Because I've been looking into it recently, because I was wondering, so what happens to you? What happens to all of the books that are on Amazon that you've currently got? Say you've got a back catalogue, say you've got like 20 books, right? You've been writing for some years and you're getting a steady income from your books, right? Let's say you're earning, let's say off the top of my head, you're earning 50 grand a year, right? Would be nice. So what happens to that money? Obviously, like any other asset that you've got, it's then dealt with your kind of your estate. So so basically your royalties become part of your estate when you die, and then they're taken into consideration for if you haven't left a will. So let's say you've left a will and you've specified who the royalties are going to, then that's fair enough. If not, then obviously it would be your spouse, your children, etc, etc. So I was looking at a particular law firm to see exactly what is required, what happens, blah blah blah. So it says, so a bit I'm going to read from this particular law firm's website. So they're saying royalty payments are often earned from creative activities such as writing a book or composing music, etc, etc. But they can also be earned from a patent or brand licensing. So royalties from basically anything that you've created and you're earning royalties from. While some arrangements may have a limited time frame, other income streams may be indefinite. So if you've got books that are continually earning money for many, many years after you've gone, then obviously this is what they're talking about. So if you derive some of your income from royalty payments, how should you deal with those in your will? As with any asset, if your estate includes a right to receive income from royalties, you may pass these to whoever you choose to in whatever way that you choose. However, royalty income could continue for a considerable time, so passing a legacy of royalties is likely to require more consideration than straightforward cash. Leaving royalties in your will. The key things to consider are: how are the royalties earned, how much do you anticipate they will be worth, and how long do you think they will generate income? So then they go on to explain how to leave royalties. So it says royalties can be gifted in a number of ways. You may prefer to leave your royalties as an outright gift to one person, several people, or to a specific charity. And it gives an example. So J.M. Barrie's generous gift to Great Ormond Street Hospital of the rights to Peter Pan in 1929 has provided a valuable source of income for the charity ever since. Leaving any asset as an outright gift means that once the estate is finalised and the asset parted with, your estate relinquishes all control. Your right to the royalties then becomes the property of the person or entity to whom they are left, and they could ultimately end up passing from them to someone entirely unrelated to you after you die. A more suitable alternative could be, and I need to look into this further, could be to protect your royalties under a trust. A trust allows you to retain greater control over who receives the royalty income, both immediately after your death or for future generations. Trusts are, however, subject to very strict rules regarding their longevity, so you should seek advice to ensure that your plans do not contravene the perpetuity rules. If you have royalties to leave and you do not pass them by way of a specific gift, they will fall into the residue of your estate and pass accordingly. So I really need to look into this, but I think a trust for your royalties is going to be the way forward. Now, also something that I've been trying to wrap my head around is the way that my books are currently generating income at the moment is because I'm advertising. So I'm doing Facebook ads, and I'm going to look at other advertising avenues kind of sometime in the future. But if I'm not here to run those ads, who is going to then market the books and run ads and get the word out about your books? Because once that stops, the visibility on platforms like Amazon is just going to disappear, and your books are not going to continue to generate income for your descendants. So how do you go about to continue advertising your books? So do you, and this is something that I haven't really thought about, but it's been on my mind, do you get someone or maybe a company or whatever, and specify that in your will, to get them to continue doing advertisement for your book, so it continues to generate income? So the likes of, like, say, I would say, like, likes of GM Barry, whose books are still generating income for Great Ormond Street. He's obviously got an agent and a publisher, so they'll be doing all of that for them. But for independent authors like myself and other people, how do you continue to generate income from your books after you've died? That is the big question.